Y'all know the phrase happy wife, happy
Mm,
life. The question, is it demonic? We have a young lady who says, let's see what she says.
Demonic quotes I've ever heard: happy wife, happy life. Because if she's not happy, the whole house is in turmoil. Let me walk on eggshells. Don't want to upset her, because if I upset the wife, the whole house has to suffer. Stop giving place to the devil. You can't go around blaming people. Well, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Go get on the right side. Get back in. Roll over and try it again. But let it be the hidden man.
Jimmer, what is the first thing that goes through your mind when you hear that phrase, happy wife, happy life?
the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear that phrase, honestly, is making sure she's happy.
Hmm.
So you can be comfortable in your own domain. That's what I think about that when I hear, because it sounds like that statement's like, okay, if you ain't gonna make her happy, she's gonna make your life a living hell. That's what I have always taken from that.
Mhm.
Of course, you believe in making your partner happy. That's like first and foremost. But you also got to find happiness within too. So why is it just happy wife, happy life? It's almost like there's no balance there. Like if we standing on that seesaw, there's no balance because you putting all that energy and making somebody else happy
Yeah.
when you're not even focusing on self at the same time. That's what I've always taken from that statement.
It's funny because I never really truly grew up hearing that statement. It wasn't until, I don't know, my later years in life. And
Same.
and it always came from men. Oh, well, you know what they say, Ricky, or oh, you know what they say,
Mhm.
happy wife, happy life. And I never, to me, it came with more of a negative connotation as opposed to, I don't know if it's supposed to be positive, but it was not a statement that was meant to be a positive one.
Yeah. No, 100%. That's why it sounds like it's a selfish statement, really, is what it sounds like to me.
Well, do
But
you agree with the young lady that this is a phrase that carries some demonic connotations? And pause. I'm so sorry. For those who want to know, the creators that we are featuring tonight will are also featured in. Put them in the description below. So make sure you check them out, please.
mhm.
Yes. Do you agree with her idea that it is demonic?
I mean, she threw like some Bible verses in there to try to like have that connective tissue, but demonic is such a strong word because when we take a step back though, what if somebody really does believe that? There's some dudes out there. Russell Wilson is probably one of them. Hey, happy wife, happy life. Like some dudes really do think that way though. I mean, I don't think it's a issue. That's how you feel, bro. Do you? Like, I'm not somebody who's gonna tell you to believe or think differently. If that's what makes you happy. Hey man, do what you do. But that's why I can't say it's 100% demonic. I mean, demonic is just strong to me. That's just that when I think demonic, I'm thinking demon, devil, demigorgon. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of D's in there that I'm thinking of. Like it's just I can't put demonic on it. Is it somewhat simp? Yeah, but demonic, come on.
Silk,
Like
silk.
that's heavy to say demonic.
It is very heavy. I also believe it it depends on how how much you put onto that statement? Like, is
Mm,
that your
good
straight up
point.
philosophy that I have to have a happy wife unless I will never have a happy life? If that is the case, I can see that as being demonic. Demonic meaning that the devil is here to kill, steal, and destroy. And
Mm-hmm.
with that statement, you are destroying your family.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it depends on how much weight you put on that statement
Mm-hmm.
to really truly call it demonic. Now, I'm sure
Yes.
there are probably some women out there or men who really truly put a lot of emphasis on that. Me, on the other hand, I hear it and I just kind of laugh, you know?
You have to laugh because I mean, you gotta know the person who's saying that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is their view on relationship? You know what I'm saying? To me, that's more like of a conversation between what you believe in and
Yeah.
kind of what you don't understand. Because somebody could feel that way and then drop you the science on why they feel that way. And it might make sense. I'm not saying it's going to make sense. I'm just saying they might be able to explain it to where it's like, this is why I feel that way. You know, I mean, because at the end of the day, when I think about like my grandparents, for an example, like both my grandmothers basically was just housewives. They didn't really
Hmm.
work for real. Both
Yeah.
my grandfathers was out there slaving. One of my grandfathers had his own concrete company. You know, he had all his sons and his grandchildren working for that concrete company. If you stayed with them for the summer, you gonna be pouring some concrete. But like all my aunts, you know, my dad's sisters, like they didn't do none of that.
Yeah.
Not at all. Like, but I look at the way in his prism and how in the era that he grew up in, he probably was like, this is just the way it's supposed to be. It's this way. So he
Mm.
probably felt like happy wife, happy life, you know, even though he was doing him still, but that was his view of, hey, I know I'm making my wife happy. She ain't got to work. All she got to do is make sure that make sure I got my breakfast when I get up in the morning, make sure I got lunch when I come home, and get that sandwich and make sure dinner's ready when I come home. That's basically what my grandmother did. Made
Mm.
all the beds, you know. I think it really just depends on like your surroundings and your environment because my dad does not have that mindset. He does not live the way my grandfather lived. So I do think some of
Learned.
it might be generational, but some of it also might be really your environment. Like the things society could control or impact that type of statement, in my opinion.
Do you think the statement creates a healthy imbalance to where the focus
Mm,
is on the woman's happiness and
yes.
not necessarily the man's?
Yes, that's why I said it sounds somewhat self-centered and selfish,
Mm.
you know, because it sounds like, oh, you have to make me happy in order for you to have a happy life. Now, I don't know about there's another D word, demanding is what it sounds like more so than demonic. That's what it sounds. It's like I demand you make me happy. Like that sounds like that. But yes, to your question, it to me it's unhealthy too. Like it's stressful. Like I couldn't imagine waking up every day and the first thing on my mind is like, man, I gotta make her happy. Like what do I need to do today? Like what
Yeah.
things do I need to make sure that's intact? It's like you walking on eggshells if you know what I'm saying, if you
Mm.
have that type of mindset, because you're never going to satisfy somebody who feels that way. You're not. Because
Facts.
you can't outdo yourself. You can give 110% one day, get off work, you tired. Like, man, I can only do 90 today. Well, you just gave her 110 yesterday. That 90 is not going to be good enough, bro. Happy wife, happy life, man.
I think also the statement can create an environment where the woman believes that her happiness comes from the man as
Mhm.
opposed to inner happiness, which is
Mm,
where definitely is supposed to happen. Uh
interesting.
what do you think would happen? And I know the women are gonna come for me when I say this. If it was flipped and we said happy husband, happy life, would it resonate differently?
Man, because we different though. Like most men don't ask for a whole lot.
Mm,
So you don't have to do very much to make a man happy. You really don't. There's like a few boxes that you just need to check. It's not like you got that Google form and it's like a whole bunch of questions on there. For most men, it's three things that just need to be checked off. So I don't really think it would apply well to men, like happy husband, happy, because you don't really have to, you don't have, not to say you don't have to work for it. Yeah, I mean, every relationship takes work, but we're simple individuals, so you don't have to go the extra mile
wow.
to make somebody happy or make a man happy to me. Not saying all men are like that, but it might be a couple of them out there that they might have them demands like my grandfather has. Hey, you better have his sandwich. That sandwich better be made at 12 o'clock when I walk in that door, anime. So some men might be on it still. So
Yeah, and this day and age, I wonder if we do need to reverse it, just for the simple fact to put the focus more on the husband and women learning what it takes to make their husband happy.
mm, it's an interesting point there too.
I I don't know. As that I never live by those mantras. I just I can't. I can't. It didn't make sense. It's
The funny thing
imbalanced.
about what you said though, it could help some people who just have such a jaded view of like
Mm,
relationship reality. Like the young lady that we seen when she shared, she's not going to lift a finger for her man. You
mm,
know, that those were some strong words. And if that was reversed for her and like she
yeah.
just had to spend a month trying to make that man happy, like she would struggle because she wouldn't know. I guarantee you, like people who's like that, they don't know what that person, what their better well, he obviously ain't a better half. She may not even know what that person really wants though, because she's so focused on what she needs, she's not even
Needs.
worried
Yeah.
about what he needs.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So the
I totally
reverse, the reverse piece of that could be effective um, for this new generation of young ladies that just have a jaded view.